Hello everyone! Hi! Welcome to another stream of Citizen Sleeper. I'm super excited to continue this. For those that are joining us just now, this is a second stream in a longer series, so there's quite a lot of stuff that has happened in the first stream. You can check that out on YouTube and you can pick it up, but just as a quick recap. Citizen Sleeper is about us, we're a sleeper, and that is essentially a cyborg that has a person's brain scan implanted into them, simulating intelligence. And obviously, yes, it's always this case with whenever that happens, we're being used for slave labor. And we were kind of like, that doesn't work for me, brother, so we've escaped. We've escaped from the corporation that owns us, called SNARP, and we've escaped to a space station called the Eye of Velgan. Last stream we arrived there and we quickly found out that our body is actually decomposing because the corporation again doesn't like it when their property just runs away. So we need to find a way to sustain ourselves and to survive. And we did. There is medication that we need to take. It's kind of like we're on like cyborg Ozempic. And as we're doing this, we're also trying to create a new life and even figure out what life means to us. But as we're doing that, we just recently got the notification that someone is hunting us. So the corporation is going to try to get to us and we need to escape. There's a lot of cool mechanics in this game. Again, if you didn't see the first stream, you can pick it up on YouTube. But for everybody who's joining us now, let's dive right into it and let's just continue sleeping, I guess. Alright, this is my old game, but we started the new extractor. Got my coffee this time around as well. It's all the extra jittery, which might be very immersive. Alright, so we just woke up. This is the station. This is the Eye of Elgin. I think it's the Eye of Elgin. You know what? We've unlocked a new apartment, which is nice. But yeah, let's take inventory of what we have. These are all the drives that we have. So we need to build a ship mine. For that, we need to build a ship mine core. In order to do that, we need to gain access to the ore fabricator, which I don't think we even know where it is. Probably have to become regulars at the ore exchange in order to do that. We need to disable our tracker, which means we have to help Feng chasing his leads. Okay, fine. We need to extract Solheim data for Feng as well. We need to fix the ambergris. We need to free Neovent. Why is this highlighted now? Oh no, I did something that I don't know how to undo. Anyway, I guess this is highlighted now. Oh, because it says toggle tracking. Fair enough. We need to build a ship mine for Neovent, which we can't do unless we have access to the ore fabricator, so that's not going to work. Right, Sabine has been helping us. She's a doctor that has given us the apartment, and she is in trouble with the Yatagan, I don't know how to pronounce it, mafia, and she needs some help. And in fact, I think we've done quite a bit, so we still need to get 2 more hacking data, which, okay, fine. Let's see about that. Get to know Emphas. Actually, that's something we should be starting because we're very hungry, we're running out of energy. So yeah, let's start by eating. Oh, we don't have any money to eat. Okay, fine, let's work. Let's get some money. Oof, we have only 2 more cycles. But we've made our way out of the shipyard, so I hope that's gonna help. Okay, what options do we have? We can work in the side reel assembly. Sure. We can track the Yat again here. Fragment supply. Sophisticated tech is rare on the eye, so the shipyard is happy to pay for shipment fragments. Okay, so we could get money here for the fragments, but they're hard to come by, and we need quite a bit of those, so let's just not do it. Fung wants Sondheim data, which I don't have yet. Is there a merchant freighter? Can I do something here? Oh, I could haggle for goods. So I could buy a shipment. I could buy a shipment fragment. But I don't even have enough money to eat. So I just need to work. I just need work, man. Like, who's gonna pay me? I could hop into the hive mind. I could maybe see if I can grab some money here. Don't have the right... Oh man, like I feel like I'm just really screwed at the moment. I don't have the right dice for this. What do we have here? Haven H agent. Why do you guys all need the 2? I don't have the 2. What else is here? What do we have here? Yatagan agent. Yeah, I could I'll need to get that anyway, so let's just... Ooh, I got some cryo. Very nice. Oh, wait, oh yeah, extract data. Give me the data. Very nice. Okay, good. So I have 5 credits. Is that gonna help me get food? What? 15? That's crazy, man. Here, have some Yatagan. It's nice. Yeah, I guess we just have to work our way. What about the Ort exchange? What can we do here? I can play the exchange or I can sell components. I don't really have any components to... Like, you know what? Like, I need to have Trusted Trader anyway, so let's just dump, like, a really good dice in here and let's just see if I can get some money out of this. Yeah. I could, which is nice. So let's eat at Memphis' stall. Alright, that gave us some good energy. And we've completed the Memphis. So, what is he gonna say to us? Sleeper! Memphis calls out to you, a booming voice that echoes through the corridor. Tell me your story. He throws a handful of chopped mushrooms into his wok, the fire leaping up to meet the oil. I can see you. I see you. Cycle in, cycle out, but we never speak. Tell me a story. Why? He shrugs. I like stories. He pauses to drizzle something from a plastic bottle into the wok. I like people, he reasons. I like stories. You pause, the spices rich in your nostrils, and think about the kind of story you'd like to tell Memphis. Let's tell him about our dreams. All the sleepers who tell Memphis had dreams. Some were simple, memories left over from the emulation process that had become tangled up in their minds and would come out when they slept. It wasn't rare to hear a sleeper in the dorm scream or cry out in the night. But your dreams, those gray, skeletal afterimages of systems and structures, of threads and patterns, weren't like the others. They weren't memories or nightmares. They were reflections of reality. Distorted, yes, but somehow true. You learned back then to keep quiet about them, to let them flow through your mind like water. That was until now. Till you arrived at this place. Now your dreams colonize your waking life. They slip behind your eyelids with every blink. And now you understand they aren't dreams at all, but some process of interfacing, of speaking, of living in another world that flows through this one like smoke through air. You tell him that you do not know if there is a reason for your dreams. Perhaps you reason it is just some side effect, or particular quality of the frame you inhabit. whatever it is, it's a gift, and you hope to make use of it. Memphis finishes cooking and squints a little at you. Sleeper, he smiles. You're quite the storyteller. He eyes you, and you realize that he's trying to gauge how honest you've been in your story. Memphis passes you the meal he has cooked, and you take it gratefully. As you eat, he talks a natural exchange. Thank you, Sleeper. He looks around at the emptying market. Well, my time is done for today. I do not want to keep you longer. So I will make you a proposal. He gestures to the plastic boxes of ingredients stacked behind his stall. These are good enough for most, but someone told me a story that made me think a couple of cycles ago. They said that across the gap, in the Greenway, fresh mushrooms grow. Have you heard this? No. Neither had I. But I trust the one who told me. Memphis begins packing up his things. Can you bring me some? We cannot cross the gap, and I worry about leaving my things behind. He smiles. I am sure a storyteller like you could handle the trip. I will prepare them for you, and if you wish to tell it, be the audience for another story. Yeah, agreed. Good, booms Memphis. Then I will wait for you to bring them. Memphis slides his walk away and straightens up. I will prepare a recipe then, Sleeper. Good luck with your foraging. You turn away and walk back into the main market, the rich taste of Memphis's food stall lingering in your mouth. Stories for food, you think, a trait that seems more than fair. I mean, he also took 15 of our credits, so I don't know if that's like a fair trade, but whatever. Did we now finish that drive? I feel like we should have gotten upgrade points for that. No, we haven't. Okay, cool, I guess. Well, surgery will cost us a pretty penny of cryo. Is there more Yagatan data we can forage? No, that's not the right. I don't have that. What about here? Kino. No. I think this area is lost to us. What can I do here? Pay for passage, 150, buddy. I barely have 9 credits to my name. Yeah, let's do more warp exchange, I guess. What if we play the exchange? Oof, be negative. Let's risk it. We just need to make some progress here. Nice! 12 cryo plus trusted trader, halfway there. That's alright, but it's not good enough. Let's help with the embers. Can't do that yet, but I can do some hull repairs, so let's do that. Nice. She doesn't really pay me, does she? That's not super fun, but... fine, let's just do one more. Oof! A hull breach triggers a shock depressurization. Ankita seals the breach, but not before you are slammed into the compartment wall. Well, that wasn't great, was it? Okay, fine. Well, that's all we can do for today, so... What can we do in the low end? Block maintenance. I can get access to the low end's residents and facilities if I invest some time. Yeah, not something I have, so... Wait, can I not sleep here? Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. I need to be able to sleep here because this is getting dicey. I need to get out of here. Alright, cool. So, most important piece. Let's get some Yagatan data. There we go. These are great because they don't really have a failure rate, so I can just dump my shitty dice into it. Cool, so we have the data. Let's supply Sabine with it. And let's see if this is going to get us a new place to stay at. As you turn away from the terminal, the final cache of Yatagan data uploaded, the air crackles with white noise. Sleeper? Sabine's voice, weaker than before, comes through the haze. Sabine? A sigh of relief comes through the layers of noise. The call must be coming in from somewhere on the station. This has to be short. I don't know if Yatagan are monitoring me. Their voice is hushed, distant. You try to focus on it. The data you've been bringing in from Yatagan agents. There's something in it I don't understand. There's something in it I don't understand. A shrill howl rattles through the signal. This data is all gleaned from their implants. Records of integration with their nervous systems. Performance analysis. Error rates, usage data. I installed many of these implants and I didn't enable any of this functionality. Their voice dips under the level of the noise, like a swimmer sleeping beneath the water. You listen to the waves for a few seconds before Sabine re-emerges. Has to be somehow baked into their wetware's interface. And that's not all. The systems compiling this data are connected to some kind of transmission protocol. It's being broadcast. Wait, what? Every Yatagan enforcer is equipped with black market implants. Retinal enhancements, adrenaline boosters, pain suppressors. These implants are gathering data on themselves, on the enforcers' bodies, on their performance. Why? I can't tell. But I promise you, these foot soldiers have no idea this is going on. Background tone switches, dropping to a grainy rumble. If they knew, I don't imagine they would be happy with the situation. Yatagan could have a mutiny on their hands. You lean toward the terminal, straining to listen to Sabine's faint voice. I need a few cycles to pull this all together, but this might be the information I need to pressure Yannick into releasing that debt. Yannick? He's one of the heads at Yatagan. They pause. It's better you don't know him. Keep it that way. Suddenly, a banging echoes through the call. Sabine's voice is suddenly whispered, panicked. I have to go. Come back in 4 seconds. Then the sharp crack of a disconnected silence fills the apartment. You step back from the terminal. What does Yatagan have to gain from monitoring its own members? You try to recall what you know about the gang, but you have little to go on. You think of Toshiro, Sabine's minder, his mirrored teardrop implant set below hard eyes. What data could they be gathering? And more importantly, where are they sending it? You reflexively rub your forehead, trying to think. Can you really trust Sabine? How did they come to be Yatagan's doctor in the first place? You think of their kindness, their care, but also that glazed look of recognition that they gave you when they first met you. That look stays in your mind as you slip back out of the apartment, glancing around as you close it up and drift into the corridors of the station, unable to shake the unpleasant sensation of being observed. Okay, well, I mean, 4 cycles. I always hit escape, I don't know why. 4 cycles. Well, I mean, not great. Not so. What else? Why am I not finishing these? Okay, Solheim data for Fen. Can I get Solheim data? Where is some Solheim data? I think this is Solheim, right? Yes, let's get you some Solheim data. And then Fun is here. Hey Fun, I have some more Solheim data for you. How about that? As you enter the bay, Feng is nowhere to be seen. The banks of servers and machines blink out of the dark in staccato rhythms, unseeing eyes of the station's digital ghosts. Shitheads. Feng's voice echoes from behind his step, followed by the hammer of a fist on metal casing. These snaky shitheads. Who's snaky? Sleeper! Feng's smiling head pops out from behind his stack. Just the emulated consciousness I have been eager to see. Come back here. You pick your way between the thrumming stacks, trying not to trip on the loose bundles of cables that blanket the dark floor. Feng is set in front of a set of monitors mounted to a stack. Tell me, Sleeper, what do you see here? Feng waves at a monitor to his side, glowing with pale lists of information. You lean in closer, looking for the links in the data. The tables seem to be filled with personal information, names, genders, dates, ID numbers, all the markers of institutional records. Shitheads? Fern laughs. Maybe not all of them, but what kind of shitheads? Havenage? Ha! Not quite, he taps at the terminal. I pulled these from the old data you brought in. All employees of the Eye's original owners, Solheim, but he leans past you and scrolls the list down. This one. This is a sneaky shithead. He stabs at the screen with a finger. The name reads Harden Hurst. Who's Harden? That, says Fern, giving you a sideways look, is a thing. He drags his stool up beside him and motions for you to sit. There just so happens to be a Harden Hurst in Havenage. He waits for your reaction. Are you sure? I'm just selecting this because I don't really know how to pronounce Havenage. I'm just giving it this weird space French vibe, so that's what we're going to run with it for the rest of the stream. Well, that's where you might be able to help me. Fern leans back in his chair. Just think about it. Decades ago, Hardin worked on this station as a... Fern leans across to look at the monitor. Senior Strategic Operations Executive. Feng raises his eyebrows at you. Our Hardin was keeping the money coming in for Solheim. He defined priority growth initiatives by making sure the extractors they contracted out to were hooked into a system that outsourced all the risk and kept the profit. Good old Hardin shuttled thousands of Palladium Rush workers into an infrastructure, which meant that their cut of the work they did went straight back into Solheim. Okay, so what? So what? He frowns. I grew up here, Sleeper. This is my history. I'm a child of the collapse. Feng turns back to his screen, staring hard at the strings of code flickering by. Before I was born, my parents were Solheim contractors. They ate in Solheim canteens, worked on Solheim ships. They breathed Solheim air, and slept in Solheim beds. Feng's voice rises as he speaks, his hands fists on the terminal edge. And the work that paid for the existence? The cycles of hard extraction out in the belt? Solheim took their cut. This was a company town, so to speak, and my parents were just another in the long line of freelance contractors, willing to risk their lives for a shot at anything other than poverty. Disposable. This guy, stabbing at Harding once again with his finger, strategized all that. Did the sums, and then, somehow, thousands and thousands of cycles later, is still going, still here, crawling in the walls like some shithead snake. He survived the revolution. But how? These guys, they were big time. There's a lot of money they can get you if you are a company man, for relax. But how is Hardin still kicking? I really don't know. He turns to you and smiles. So, we're going to go find out. Hardin is now a big shot in the shipyards, just a few degrees back around the eye from him. Feng brings up a map of the lower eye. Havenage might be born out of Erlin's revolutionary zeal, but a flat hierarchy it is not. Hardin happened to float to the top. Feng zooms in on the far yards. Feng grimaces. The thing is, I don't have access to those systems. The shipyard crew's pretty paranoid and they don't like anyone from systems digging around in their stuff. Plus, we need more than just the name of a Solheim executive. We need proof. Feng holds up a thumbnail-sized drawing. That's where this little creation of mine comes in. I call it a ripper worm. He turns the drive between his fingers. It'll rip through any digital storage and spin out a silken thread of filtered data. This one is set on the scent of Hardenhurst. He hands it over. Getting into the compound might be tricky. Feng puts a hand on your shoulder. But you, however, have a particular knack for a remote access. Feng grins. If you can extract yourself a Havenage cipher from a Havenage agent, they sometimes carry them among the data caches, so you can crack open the compound's network and stop the worm in through any open port. You never even need to go near the shipyards. So what do you say, up for it? Well, what's in it for me? Rooting out a corrupt snake, not enough? Find the information, I'll start work on that tracker of yours. Feng scratches at his chin. Anything the worm gets, it'll send back here to me. There's something wrong here, and I aim to get to the rotten core of it. You leave Feng digging through the data among the wires and machines of the old station. As you walk out, you try to imagine the eye as it once was, a vast machine running smooth and strong, directed by people like Harden. A vast Solheim-built machine into which thousands poured from the surrogate systems, looking for a new life. The hope of a better future, engineered to line someone else's pockets. It's an idea you are intimately familiar with. You think of Harden, still alive, still part of this place, and wonder if the past is ever truly past. Guess we still haven't done the drive. Okay, well, shucks. Okay, so I need 150 for this. Free Neo vent. I need to become get Sabine out. Hack a Havenage agent to get a cipher. Okay, can we do that? Is there a Havenage agent somewhere? There we go. Havenage gate. I don't have a cipher, so no. There is a Havenage agent. Yeah, let's hack him. Okay, very nice. Now we have a Havenage cipher that should get us access to the Havenage gate. Here you go, let's use the cipher. Let's lock into it. Great. Okay. So I'm in. But what does that do for me? Oh, I see, okay. There's a port here. Yeah, let's slot the Ripper Worm in. Let's see what we get. Godspeed, little one. Did we get anything? Oh, right, because it is going to transmit the data automatically. So... Farring's Ripper worm is installed, but it'll take a few cycles to run through the closed network. Okay, so that's fine. How much do I lose per day? 2, I think, so I can still... I don't need to eat today. I really want to get into the Ort exchange. Really important. Do we have... Oh, wait, do we have a new ship that have arrived? Maybe I can... There's a merchant here. I have enough fragments. I don't need them. I need access to the Ort exchange. So let's do it. Let's play the casino. Yeah, that didn't go so well. I guess I do need to eat. Hey, Emphas. Give me some of your fungi. Thank you. Let's play the exchange again. Oof. It's not working out well for me. Okay, well, final cycle. Let's go to sleep. That was somewhat successful. Alright. Hold it there, sleeper, comes a voice from behind you. Don't you run. Last time I ran, that didn't end up so well for me, so I'll just stay still. Good, good. A hand pats your coat down. You know your master's voice. Ethan spins you around. He's wearing a white smirk and a slick jacket, and you immediately know he's terrible news. You got all the way out here and then stayed put? He laughs a cruel laugh. That a sleeper thing. That a sleeper thing? You're my first. You barely hear him. You've noticed the handgun he has leveled at your chest, and it's hard to take your eyes off it. He reaches down with his other hand and slips some kind of ring out from a belt loop without taking his eyes off you. Making it to the eye, though. That's pretty good. This place ain't so bad. Bars, markets, people. I pull most of my contracts out of asteroid caves or off of godforsaken moons. He splits the ring into two perfect circles. It's hard to hit civilization when there's so much space to pass through. Who are you? Just a freelancer on a contract. He reaches over to slide the rings around your wrists. Go easy. Yeah, let's make a break for it. You see a chance the moment his eyes leave you to watch the rings. You spin, knocking him away and sprinting down the corridor. Then a shot rings out, echoing off the metal so loud it hurts your ears. A bullet hole smokes in the wall beside your head. You freeze, and Ethan closes the gap. This is a very boring routine, trust me. I've seen it all before. He slips the rings over your trembling wrists. Ethan nudges you to start walking. To the ship and home, he whistles. Going easy. You stumble down the corridor, your hands behind you, your mind racing. Oh, we can work this out. Can't we? I don't see much in the way of assets in your possession. Ethan yawns and continues to nudge you down the corridor. Shame not to come all the way out here just to head back to S&R right away. That track of yours makes this too quick. Was hoping you pulled up a bit more for chase, you know? Run a battle for the bright market, maybe? Or a holdout in the low end. There's a few establishments I would have enjoyed checking out while I asked you around. You walk on in silence for a little longer, desperately trying to think of a way to escape. That S&R tracker will be the death of you. Hey, I'll have an idea, Ethan interrupts your thoughts. How about on the way back to the ship we stopped for a drink? I'm buying. He laughs at his own joke. I have a better idea. This better not be one of those where you do a dramatic pause and then try to jump me, because I'm pretty tired of that. Although, muses Ethan, I've got myself thinking. What's the rush here? Here we are in one of the most lawless joints in the circuit systems, and we're headed for the exit. He pauses and you trudge on in silence. Okay, here's the idea, starts Ethan. You and me will make a little agreement. Here are the terms. He turns you to face him. You run, or leave, or try to abandon the eye, I'll shoot you. You plot or scheme, you try to kill me, I'll shoot you. But, he smiles, you come meet me at an establishment of my choice every few cycles, and you pay my tab, I don't shoot you. He pauses. You don't pay my tab, rattles his handgun. Well, you get the idea. Yeah, I get it. Okay then. That sounds to me like a deal. He stretches. You know, I really thought I was going to have to kill you, but this is so much better. He clicks something at his belt and the rings release from your wrists. I'm gonna see if I can find my old stool at the compressor club. Come see me there. He aims the handgun at you, squinting down the sight. Let me just remind you, that body of yours is one big tracker, so don't even think about leaving the eye. I'll know. Ethan turns and strides up down the corridor, slipping his handgun away. The mix of relief and terror you feel is overwhelming. What are you gonna do? Pay his tab, I guess? New drive. What is it? What is new? What is new? Pay Ethan's tab. Okay, sure. Oh no, and I really need money as well. Okay. So I need money. I need $100 to get surgery. Compressor club. Okay. 4 cycles. I need to pay his tab. I'll rush it. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking. I've run really good dice. I have 2 meh dice and 2 pretty shitty dice. I have a lot of actions today left. I do need that money. I have literally 0 money. I can't afford to sell the ship mines. I do want to finish some drives in order to skill up and get some skill points, because I really do. And it's going to unlock a couple more different options as well. But time is running out and I need money. Do you know what, though? There's a lot of waiting that has to happen. And while that... like... some of these drives just take a while and they'll give me downtime. And I think the best investment in that downtime is to just kind of like push other things. So let's do this. Let's play the exchange here. Nice. Let's play it even more. Oh, not good. Okay. I'm gonna... oh no, I'm starving too. I need more money. Need more oh, I need food. Need money. Okay, well, let's go to work. This is just like real life. You want to play a game, and then all you do is you go to work. Okay. Do we want to be a junior tech or a welder's mate? Engineer interface. What am I gonna skill next? I do want to skill interface next. So let's prep that. Let's work our way up to junior tech. Nice. So let's is there any... okay, so first off, let's eat. Eat. Important. Because I'm starving. Okay. Could be better, but fine. Are there any hacks I can do that I still have? What do we have here? Oh yeah, I have Havenage data. And I have an encrypted key. Who is gonna buy that from me? I should be able to sell this. There's an agent here. I could extract data, but not with what I have. There's a keynote here. Can't extract anything. There is another Havenage agent. I don't have Yatagan agent. There's a keynote. What does that keynote do? Let's check it out. Personal terminal. Yeah. Oh, you got another encrypted key. Okay, good. Never know. Oh no! Those familiar threats wrap around you, bind you, test you. Entity submit. under strange head bops in your vision. Your ally in the sealed dock cannot save you. In that globed head, you see whirling strings of data, so many spinning there, that they threaten to tear through the thin skin and whip out into the void around you. What happened to this creature? The threats squeeze and you lose any sympathy you might have. You must escape. Strike. You lash out once more, pushing Hunter back, severing threats that regrow as fast as they are broken. As you slip away, you realize you have to find a way to deal with Hunter once and for all. This is getting too dangerous. Oh no! That was really, really not good. Oh no. Shouldn't have done this. Okay, well, let's see if I can sell some data. Was anybody here willing to buy some data? Get a drink, buy rations? No. Neo event, I don't have a machine thingy for you yet. Do you want data? No, you want Yatagan data. You're not taking this. Okay, well, that is all really bad, isn't it? Merchant freighter. I don't have money to buy anything. This is the worst thing ever. Ward exchange. You know what? Like, there's just like no way around. Let's just work. 50% negative chance. Okay, not really good. Okay, quality control. Already got the first ding. That's not really good. I got a little bit of money, which is nice. But let's go to sleep. Think about what we've done. Ugh, it's not good. Not a lot of energy. Let's eat. Give me some food. Thank you. Have some energy. Okay. Do want to bump this into the Ward exchange. Should be able to do this. Okay, thank you. Finally. There's the ore fabricator. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so finally I can build a ship mine. Thank you. I have a ship mine core. Ooh! I have an upgrade point. Very nice. Let's upgrade interface. Finally. Chance to gain cryo on interface actions. Love that. Yeah, let's talk to Neovent. Sleeper! Must express plan before we begin. Neovent is impatient. The prospect of being free of the vending machine clearly too much to take. Ship mind has no output features. Will be mute until slotted. Okay, so what's the plan? The servo motors in the machine begin to rev. Neovent's anxiety clear. First, imprint ship mind, then slot imprinted ship mind into physical ports close to Hunter nests. Once slotted, we'll track Hunter at each. Tracking will find core nest. Slot shipment at core nest. Show Hunter data to Hunter. Hunter will conclude sentience. Hunter will invoke killer. And killer will kill, yes. The lights on the vending machine cycle as Neovent prepares. Physical ports likely sealed in old station. Will need keys, but yes, simple. The vending machine rocks a little. Any questions before imprinting? Nah, it's fairly clear to me, so let's start. The sound of all the servo motors starting up at once is painful. The screeches rattle from the hard surfaces of the sealed dock and come back at all angles. Neovent better be quick or Havenage security will be here. Neovent's voice appears among the squeals like a whisper carried by the wind. Machine is not designed for this task. Few sensors, limited inputs. I work blind. Wish me luck. In the top part of the compartment, a set of arms aligned with the ship line, clunkily scraping against it. Good luck. The metal creaks as the servos open the ship mind, its layers of silicon nested like an onion skin. Once open, the main arm of the machine rapidly shifts back and forth, realigning the microscopic components, accessing and rewriting them, imprinting Neovent into its physical form. As you watch the hypnotic motion, your mind drifts to your own creation. What processes were used to emulate your mind? To copy the neural structure of that person who, as far as you know, still sleeps in some distant facility. What was lost? In what ways are you a copy of that person, and in what ways are you something new? You know this much. You are a convenient loophole, a way of circumnavigating the illegality of sentient AI. After all, you are an emulation, not a true digital being. You are neurologically limited, still human, but what would you become if you could escape this frame? Where then would the limits lie? The screeching stops. The machine powers down, dropping the bay into darkness. In the top compartment, the ship mind is whole again. You reach up and take it down, heavy and cold to the touch. Is Neovent inside this thing, or did the process fail? There's only one way to know. Time to find a nest to slot them into. Yes, another upgrade point. We're cooking. Alright, so... okay, let's talk about this. As we are moving on, getting to the second benefit is getting harder, right? Getting to the first one is great, it's just one. Oh, that's what I guess I did. But then the second takes 2 upgrade points. So, I guess I kind of committed to the transfer intercept. Okay, wait. Let me start my thoughts. So here's what's going on. I'm trying to figure out if I should put an upgrade point into one of these immediate bonuses, or if waiting for another upgrade point to put into one of the advanced bonuses is more is better for me. So let's have a look. Hard to kill, keep 2 dice even when condition is breaking, which it's kind of nice, but I don't want to be in a position where my condition is breaking. So I hope I'm not getting into that. And then agent nodes give double data rewards, which you can turn in data to get money, which is kind of nice. So that will be a good way to make money, and a lot of money is going to unlock a lot of options, so that's pretty good. But efficient extractor is chance to gain random scrap item on engineering actions, which is fantastic because we can also sell those. Predictive reasoning, dice actions display potential positive and negative outcomes, which is not going to stop me from doing them because I'm pretty stupid anyway and I'm not going to read it. So it's probably not helpful. And then thrill seeker, chance to get energy after an engage action. It's kind of like punching people, you get energy. I don't know. But instant karma. Rerolling all of your dice once per cycle is fantastic. But it's going to take me 3 additional points. I don't know. Very good. Do you know what though? Let's go get some. Let's get some basic stuff done. Cool. All right. Good. Where do I imprint Neovent now? Do I know? Here? No. Oh, it wants a physical port? Oh, I need to get into the spoke as well. Yeah, I need to get up. I actually need to cross the Founder's Gap. It's going to cost a lot of cryo. I really need money. Like, this is all nice and... Oh, wait. Atrium. Oh, there we go. Okay. Sealed behind a maglock, the atrium flickers with warm, inviting light. The nest has to be inside. Cool. Well, we do have an encrypted key, so let's open it. Okay, so let's open the doors. Here's the nest. Let's punch it in there. We've hacked the first nest. I'm pretty sure the rest of the nests are kind of like all over the eye. Oh wait, there's another one. I might be wrong. Let's throw an encrypted key in here. Let's... Okay, fine. Yes. Okay, here we go. Here's the nest. Let's hack the nest. Just hunters, like, really hurts a lot. Okay, and then the final nest is where? Where is the final nest? There we go. And I need another encryption key. Okay, cool. So, let's see if we can get another encryption key today. There's a key out here. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, and now it allows me to also, because I skilled +1, now I would also be able to use a 3 for this, but the 2 sucks. So let's extract the key here. There we go. Use the key to open the hunter's nest. And then let's give Neobent a little bit of time to play. Carrying around the ship mine. Okay, here you go, here you go, here you go. Alright. As you leave the nest, something flips. You find yourself inverted, floating, dragged by one arm through the cloud. The threats shift and realign as if they are leading you somewhere. Okay, well, look ahead. You look up and see a corridor, canyon, a street in the low end. On either side, buildings flicker with markers of activity. Sigils showing network access, data transfer, download, upload. Between them dance ghosts, protocols carrying or mirroring or shadowing data, sometimes silent, sometimes chaotic. This place moves unlike any digital space you have ever imagined. Something strange is happening here. You look down, expecting to see the heavy cylinder of the shipment in your hand, but in its place is an orrery. A sphere so bright it burns your eyes is surrounded by rings and orbits, other spheres tracing silken lines through space. And as you look closer still, you pick out 1,000 sigils of 1,000 stations and ships, flowing like smoke, like dust. Then you see it. Below the stacked rooms, the units and apartments, the wires and the pipes and the buzzing systems that run through it all. In the warrens beneath the low end is the hunter's core nest. This is where you must go. Well, that's kinda neat, but I can't even access the low end, can I? Where is it? Low end. The warrens. Okay, Warren Hunt. I can find the nest here with interface, but I need money, 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 money. Let's do unit assembly, systems fitting. Just try it. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting closer to being a systems tech. Alright. That's all I can do today. Actually, can I buy? Hellion is left. It's not great. Docking B2. Oh, there is a salvager coming back in tomorrow, which is nice. But yeah, let's go to sleep. Go to sleep. Oh, tomorrow is going to be a lot of good stuff happening. And I will have like 3 dice left. There we go. Let's end the cycle. Waiting. Okay. Ooh, I have a very valuable dice. Yeah? Okay. Let's hear it. As you arrive, Feng comes striding towards you, taking you by surprise. Let's go, sleeper. He puts a hand on your shoulder and turns you back the way you came. We'll just follow his lead. He steps into the passageway, guiding you downrange towards the shipyard. Sorry for the hurry, but we have something of an opportunity. That data you ripped, well done by the way, he grins. Tells me Hardin is making a rare inspection of the sidereal horizon this cycle. It's the perfect chance to confront him outside of that compound he hides in. Feng takes a sharp turn onto a dimly lit side passage. Confront him? That's right, it's the perfect time. Feng slows and slips into the dark service tunnel where, somewhere in the black, a water pipe drips. It's him, sleeper, the same Hardin Hurst. Our worm ripped out decades of records that mentioned him by name, an entire trail of documentation from the first days of the Solheim collapse until now. He wrote out the whole thing, slipped into Havenage when it first broke off from the Union. He paces in the tunnel, a hand rubbing at the back of his head. I need you to understand something about Solheim, sleeper. I don't know what you know about the collapse, but it wasn't as instant as it sounds. It wasn't like Solheim was there, running the station one day, and the next Erlin's Union took power. Back then, Solheim knew this place was slipping with them. As the palladium market collapsed, they tried to keep contractors here working. The pay got smaller, the cost higher. Sounds like 2025 to me. People like my parents were forced to work non-stop just to keep a berth on the station and water in the tanks. Solheim squeezed every last worker until the mistakes, the accidents, were coming in non-stop. And as new waves of contractors came in desperate to work, Solheim welcomed them, taking bribes instead of checking pilot licenses. The whole time, Solheim was folding up, dragged into court cases in the central systems, while this severed limb of a station still desperately tried to take all it could. The riots came after the collision at Dock 2. A young pilot, his MEV overloaded with palladium, miscalculated his trajectory and took out a section of the ring. Hundreds died. Thousands panicked. My parents told me people were terrified and the blame fell squarely on Solheim. People like to tell stories about Erlin, how he brought the factions together, spoke to the crowds, turfed out Solheim. Maybe that's true, but my mother, pregnant with me, locked herself in their MEV and welded it to the dock, while my father joined the improvised crews, trying to seat out the ragged edges of the gap. He never came back. Fang pauses in the dark. They sealed it up, though. By the time they did, Solheim was gone, abandoning every one of us in the black. Apart. Finally, Feng turns back to you now, his eyes burning. Shits like Hardin. Shits who held their place, rode it out, and slipped into the new structure like nothing had changed, standing shoulder to shoulder with those they had exploited at every step. Feng starts walking in. That's why I can't just let him strut about this shipyard. This time, his past catches up with him. This is, like hundreds of years ago? At least a generation. So how is he still alive? Clearly you don't know much about executives. That kind of power comes with certain benefits. Yes. Probably an infusion of children's blood. Feng rejoins the main passageway, which is now wide and glass-roofed. Through the ceiling you can see ships in mid-construction, their flanks lit by the flashes of plasma torches. The entrance to the shipyard is ahead. Yeah, I mean, I am for the workers. Let's go, Feng. Let's show this piece of shit what he deserves. Feng grins. Let's go shoot this shit at some consequences. He strides to the shipyard entrance and pushes to the doors. A web of corridors lead through the complex. Snatches of the construction bays always appearing through windows. Ships are suspended like whale corpses, scalloped and imposing. Feng seems to know exactly where he's going, and before long you cross into a huge dry dock blocked to one side of the sidereal horizon. I work there, by the way. A network of platforms and scaffolding cling to the ship's hull, filled with workers and equipment. The sound is stretched out by the vast space so that the welding, cutting, and sealing seems to come from everywhere at once. Both you and Feng spot them at the same time. A group walking slowly across the gantry. And at the front, two men, one gesturing towards the ship and the other, thin, thick, cleanly dressed, with a shock of grey hair. Hardin. You and Feng say his name in unison, and Feng sets off to the staircase of the gantry, with you following behind. As you come to the same level, the group is passing closer, the foreman gesturing to the work being done throughout the dock, and Hardin nodding along. Hardin-Hurst! Feng shouts across the noise, taking you by surprise. His voice bounces and comes back in a rippling echo. The figures turn. Yes? Hardin asks quizzically, raising an eyebrow. He glances between you and Feng, and you see his gaze linger on your body, unsure of why a sleeper might be in this place. You are a traitor, Hardin, a Solheim executive who tried to hide here amongst its victims. Feng's voice is steady, strong. You stand for everything the Eye was rebuilt in the shadow of, against everything Erlin stood for, everything Havenage stands for. You have no place on the station. For a moment, stillness descends on the group, as if everyone was held in place by the rattle of construction. Harding laughs. Well, good to meet you too. He glances around at those around him. Some are smiling, the others nervous. You are from the systems branch, are you not? Asks Hardin, inspecting Feng's clothing. Feng turns to the foreman. You need to call your security. This man is a corporate agent. The foreman glances between Feng and Hardin, his hands drumming at his sides. Hardin leans towards him and says something inaudible. The foreman nods. It's true. As he begins speaking, Hardin turns his attention to you. And what would a sleeper know about that? You accuse me of being a corporate agent? What are you, if not exactly that? He looks around at the group, who are already eyeing you with suspicion. You're a product of Esnard. You have no place in Havenage's shipyard. Who knows what signals you are sending back to your makers? A murmur of approval runs through the group. Feng holds up a stick of memory. You guessed right, I am Systems, and I have records that link you directly to Solheim, right here. He turns to the foreman again. So once again, I'm asking you to take this man into the custody of the shipyard. The foreman remains still. Hardin's voice is calm, measured. If you have such data, why hasn't it been submitted at a members' meeting for proper review? He shakes his head. I have nothing to hide, unlike a man who does not announce his name, who enters my shipyard with corporate property in tow, and tries to turn my own men against me. You hear it now, the echoing sounds of boots on walkways coming from all angles at once, and then settling behind you. Please, says Hardin, submit the data through the correct channels, then we can talk. For now, however, you must leave. He gestures behind you to the security detail, their hands on boxy black sidearms at their sides. Feng spits. Hardin, you shithead. You can't wiggle out of this one. A security officer draws their weapon and levels it. Feng turns and stares him down. So we can calm Feng, or we can go for the weapon. Now, every single time I've tried to push my way through these things with force, it hasn't worked out well. And as much as I like to shoot this guy, it kind of looks like this wouldn't turn out well for us. So let's try to plan this a little bit better, right? So we're gonna calm Feng. You look at Feng. He shakes his head and puts a hand on your shoulder. What? I was gonna do that. You can't just... I was gonna calm... Why are you calming me down? I was gonna calm you down. What the... Okay. Let's go, says Feng, and he pushes through security, heading back down the walkway. Yeah. That was my idea. Whatever. Once security has walked you out of the shipyard and nudged you back into the corridor, Feng picks up pace. You try to keep up as he slips into the shadows of an entrance. Feng is grinning ear to ear. You know, Sleeper, sometimes people are exactly how you expect them to be. Something pings in his pocket and he takes it out. On the slate, a web of connections starts drawing itself out, stretching to a set of points around the ring. You got him, mutters Feng. Okay, what's going on? Harden is down. Harden is doing what any snake shithead always does, calling his friends. We are tracking his outgoing messages. Feng's grin looks ghostly in the uplight of the screen. The old ways are best. Spook them good enough, and they'll give the game away. He jabs at the slate, and you see the weapons being drawn over a map of the ring, lines bouncing from point to point. All these dots? These are Harden's buddies. The ones he's messaging right now, and we are going to find them all. You tricked me! Not exactly, you did good. Feng glances around and slips the slate back in his pocket. We better slip for now, Sleeper. But this is exactly what we need. Good hunting. With a pat on your shoulder, Feng drifts away, back into the flow of people around the shipyard entrance. You watch him go, unsure whether you to be angry or impressed. No, I am fairly sure I'm angry. This is not impressive. I'm not unsure. I am pretty angry at this. I am angry at you. Sure. Alright. Upgrade point. Good. Frickin' finally. Okay, I do want to go into the reroll, so let's just start predictive reasoning. It's not going to help us much at this point, but we'll have to make some leeway. Okay, good. Good. So we got that. Oh, a scrap freighter. What do we have here? I can buy some scrap. Which, yes, let's do that. Random scrap. What did I get? Okay, I'll sell that in a moment. And I can get 30 cryo by unloading containers. What do we have here? I kind of want to keep my really good dice for the work on the side real horizon. I need money. Let's just see what we have here. Okay, neutral. Got some money. Not the greatest, but something. Man, I wish I could spend some time in the Overlook Bar or the Ambergris. But yeah, it's not working so well for me. Let's continue with the unit assembly here. Let's do some more systems fitting. Oh, okay. So actually this is not too bad. So I might be stupid, but I can read numbers. So this is giving me less cryo than unloading the freighter is going to give me. But I need to punch towards junior tech. Oh, hey, bot, thank you for spamming. So let's do this. That's nice. Okay, cool. So, got a little bit of here, a little bit of that. Now I can go to the Corp exchange as well. And sell some components. Okay, that also gave me some cryo. Okay. Could be better, could be worse. And I can start hunting in the warren. Ooh, it would screw up my condition. I could get into the low end. I really need to make friends. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of crypto here. Is there anything I can do here? Is there... What do we have here? I can get some Havenage data. Maybe I can get some Yatagan data and sell that. That could be nice. Don't have the right dice for it. Oof. This is so hard. This is so hard. I could try some more luck. I could just chill. Overlook bar. Okay, so let's get a drink. Let's become a regular. Oh, that actually gives me energy. That's not too bad. Yeah, let's waste some money on drinks. Let's see if we can unlock. Something. There we go. The glass shatters on the steel bar beside you, and the taunts don't take long to follow. Hey, Haunt! The spacer calls across the low room. What are you doing here? He laughs at his own lame joke. Playing human? Screw that! Shout back. You spin back off your stool, scrambling for words. A hand falls on your shoulder, but as you flinch away, it pats reassuringly. You freeze in place. Out. The voice comes from behind you, spat out like a shot. You turn to see bright eyes, dark hair, a stare that could breach the wall and vent you all into heart vacuum. As you turn back to the spacer, the second glass comes sailing through the air. I'm gonna catch it. You reach up a hand, and the glass shatters across your forearm, showering you in fragments. Why did I even do that? It was such a bad idea. Through the haze of glass and Gerald vapor, you see Tala leap the bar and close the distance to the spacer. The thud as he slams into the wall echoes around the bar like thunder. Now, flanked by other figures, quick to their feet, Tala throws the spacer out through the door and stands silhouetted against the rotunda lights. You touch your arm, and it feels wet. Someone helps you to your feet and back onto your stool. Broken glass rattles as it is clear, and a fresh measure of Gerol is glucked out in front of you. That same hand, warm, heavy, falls on your shoulder once more. He isn't coming back. We don't tolerate that kind of shit here. Wouldn't it be funny if she had like a fake New Jersey accent? He isn't coming back. We don't tolerate that kind of shit here. Tala flops onto the stool beside you. Let's get a look at you. Tala wipes the powdered glass from around the wound, and someone places a bottle of alcohol in a metal tin with tweezers on the bottom. She disinfects them and then turns to you. That was an ambitious catch, she smiles, pulling a sliver of glass from your forearm. Stupid, but ambitious. I don't know what I'm doing here. I think I'm just gonna go back to regular. You don't feel the pain, only the string of status messages your body delivers concerning dermal damage and exposed structures. You do feel the care, though, as Tala's bright eyes search your thick synthetic skins for splinters. Let's watch her. Tala works with the skill of someone who has had to pick glass splinters from the skin of a stranger before. She hones in on each right sharp, all the time tapping the tweezer tips in little rhythms that only she can follow. Tala smiles to herself. So, you've been on the eye long? Long enough? She laughs. Hey, you don't need to act tough with me. A splinter clinks into the tin. Not everyone is like that, Not everyone is like that, idiot. We don't all hate you. She glances around. Some of the regulars, maybe. Maybe they fear you. Maybe they're just curious. I don't know. But I do know that the Overlook is a safe place. I know what it's like to be new in this place, trust me. She meets your eye. I'm not trying to convince you of anything or separate you from your chits. I just want you to know that if you need somewhere, you can always come here. I know the rations we've got around aren't much, and the company is, she leans in, limited. But if you need work, I'll happily put you behind the bar. And if you need shelter, well, we can discuss that. You'll be safe. I usually have Francis out on the door, but he's up in the Greenway this cycle, haggling with our supplier. Francis tends to be particular about what we serve, even if the clientele isn't. She places her tweezers in the tin with a clink. That's usually her. Here. She slides the glass of Gerald to you. This'll help. She stops, her hand still on the glass. Wait. Does this help? I mean, can you get drunk? Let's find out. She laughs. Just don't sit here too long. I'd hate to see you become a real regular. She walks back around the bar, gathering the glasses as she does, and before long is retelling how she threw that spacer out to a new group that just wandered in, complete with dramatic actions. She gestures in your direction, and you instinctively look away, back to the worn surface of the bar. You take a sip of the Geralt. The earthy, fungal tones fill your senses, almost blocking outside any sound, and sound, like diving headfirst into a bog. You may not be able to get drunk, but this connection to something grown, something fermented, something old, feels good. That was nice. Can I do more here? I can do bar shift. Yeah, let's do a bar shift. Oof. Let's just try it. Good service. Very nice. You've been served! Good! Okay. Can I buy something? Nope. You selling scrap? How much did I get for the scrap? Was that helpful? Ooh. Nice. I don't know if this is smart, but this trader doesn't come around very often, so I want to make the most use of it. So if I sell this scrap now at the Ord Exchange, how much are you going to give me for it? $12? That's ridiculously bad. So I'm basically just hunting to see if there's something valuable in it. Oh man, I just wasted a lot of money. Well, this guy's running up a tab. 2 more days. I need to work more. I need more money. Yeah, I should stop wasting cycles on drives. I need to muscle down. Okay. Cool. We should have something completed though. 4 cycles, Sabine said, and here you are, right on time with no sign of them. You wait a while in the apartment, the dread descending as the cycle spins onward. They should be here. Check the terminal. You check and double the terminal for messages or recordings. Nothing. Just the pale glow, the silence. Check the door. You pace back and forth around the apartment, the rumbling of the station suddenly so present and loud. You go to the door and open it to an empty corridor. You close it again. You try to settle down to wait. You sit on the bunk and stare out at the tiny room. Where the hell are they? A knock at the door. Let's open it. A figure stands in the door, and immediately you know it is not Sabine. They are taller, sharper, and something in their face glints in the half-light. A dark shape like a stubby baton hangs loosely from her hand. Our local sleeper, good to finally meet you. She steps into the apartment, glancing around with sharp eyes. What, may I ask, are you doing here? She fixes you with a steady, unwavering stare. I'm waiting for a friend. Of course, a mutual friend of ours, the good doctor. She walks past you into the apartment, glancing around. We set them up here, you know. This place is one of ours. She picks up a glass from the dispenser and inspects it. People always seem to forget who put them where they are. She glances at you. And I suppose you are here to help? Something like that? Good. Good. She puts the glass down and turns to face you. I love to meet helpers. We need so many, but can find so few with the right skills. She spins the baton in her fingers by her side, her eyes not leaving yours. We have a problem, you and I. It seems our friend has disappeared, left without even saying goodbye, which means they are in a little trouble now. But it's the kind of trouble that you need help for, so I thought I'd come down here and take a look at their little hidey hole. And here you are. The help. She looks through the detritus on the side. And what help? A sleeper, no less, which I have to admit is a little surprising. It suggests to me that our friend hasn't been very honest with you either. What do you mean? Well, I'm sorry to report that before we got them set up here, Sabina was working for your ownish. She pauses. S&ARP. You blink hard at the news, unsure how to take it. Rabaya looks away, waiting for a response. Prove it. Happily. She crosses into the next room, and you follow silently. She sits at the terminal and touches her baton to one of the access ports. A spark. Then a terminal screen skips, encrypted folders emptying themselves before your eyes. In the flicker of files, you see S&ARP letterheads and code forms. Reports laden with medical data marked with a corporate logo like the sigil of some cult. Rabaya steps away from the terminal. Look all you want. Some of your files may even be there. The volume of documents is overwhelming, but they seem to be mostly reports on early emulation tests, surveys with sleeper candidates, reams and reams of usage data. If Sabine was an S&ARP employee, why did they help you? Rabaya reaches over and places a vial of stabilizer on the desk, breaking your concentration. It shimmers in the screen light. It's viscous, clear liquid crystalline within the glass. We will, of course, keep up the supply. We're more than able to dispense important medicines, even without the doctor. You hold it between your fingers, and for a tiny moment, you have the urge to crush this object for the power it has over you. I'll ask Tashir to make those a little cheaper for you. Thank God! I'm gonna toss that doctor by the wayside if you just make this so much cheaper, because 100 chits? I cannot afford that. I am not in the business of making any money in here. I am apparently in the business of losing it. I buy scrap from here, sell it to there, and I'm just making a whole loss in it, so please make it cheaper. Sorry. I'll ask Tashir to make those a little cheaper for you. He'll be running the surgery now. Rabaya closes up the briefcase lap and holds it at her side. We have to retrieve our assets, of course, but I'm sure you understand. Rabaya turns on her way out. There is no reason for us to be enemies, Sleeper. Come see me. Keep an office nearby. We have good work to do, you and I. Meet me there in a few cycles. She slips out silently into the corridor. You look around the apartment and feel the fear drain out of your body to reveal the tiredness beneath. Ooh, another upgrade point, yes! This is what I want, right? Reroll if he does, yeah. Okay, I like this. I like this a lot. So how much cheaper is it now? Not cheap enough, buddy. Not cheap enough. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, wait. I do have a stabilizer. I got a stabilizer. Thank you so much. I got a stabilizer for free. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. Okay, let's just take some drugs. That wasn't smart. Should have done that at the end of the day because I might still... Well, whatever. That was a little bit of a panicky action. A little bit of a panicky action. But that's fine. Alright. So, this is going to get me cryo, which is nice. This gave me a lot of cryo the other day, so let's continue with that. 15 cryo. What does Fang want? Oh yeah, you want me to come back? I'm gonna have to pay this guy in the next cycle. I would like to... Oh, revise office. 2 cycles. Yeah, I just need money. I just need money, that's all I need. I have some data to sell though. Do I not? Oh yeah, nobody's buying Havenage data. They all want Yatagan data, right? How much are they paying, I wonder? Well, whatever. Let's just do more junior tech work. Yeah, that's good. And even more. Good. Okay. Each shift, a crowd of would-be workers gather outside the shipyard, each of them clinging to a 4-digit number printed on receipt paper. These are their assignment numbers, and you are either called for a shift, or you aren't. As you arrive, the crowd is restless, and chatter rumbles through the lines. For those who, like you, have graduated to the work teams, shifts are guaranteed. Having just walked out of a meeting with a supervisor where you were praised for your efforts, you feel the glow of a job well done. Yet you can't help but feel empathy for those huddled as you pass, waiting for the number to come up. You keep your head down as you leave the shipyard, feeling a little guilty as you do. Hey, sleeper, wait up! Lem's voice trembles as he shouts above the rumble of the crowd, and you turn to see him pushing through, Mina crying in his arms. Lem! Good to see you, friend. He's breathing hard after shouldering through the waiting workers. You made the work team. Good for you! He tries to catch his breath, stroking Mina's hair as he does. Shh, baby, give me a second here. He smiles weakly at you as he comforts her, and her cries start to fade. Out of the crowd, he sets Mina down by his side, shiny streaks down both of her cheeks. As he does, you see he's clutching an assignment number on a crumpled piece of paper. Waiting on a shift? Uh-huh. You know how it is. He puts his hand on her shoulder and she clings to his side. Esther, who usually takes her, is sick. He stretches. I don't know what... A noise sounds from the entrance, a klaxon, followed by a list of numbers growing brightly on a display screen. The crowd responds instantly, pushing and pulling as people try to wait to the entry checkpoint. Lem stops and turns back towards the crowd, then glances down at the crumpled paper. That's my number! Shit! Amina! He starts patting the pockets on his gear and glancing around. You go. I'll watch her. He blinks a little, staring. Thank you, I'll... He crouches to Mina. You're gonna stay with our friend here, okay? They're going to keep you safe and... He stands back up. Here, take her bag. He shoves it into your hands. She's got food. She's got... Ah, shit, I have to go. He backs away into the crowd. Mina, I'll be back real soon, okay? Be good. Then Lem disappears into the roiling crowd, who are now trying to get into the shipyard before it locks down. Mina stands staring, suddenly small without Lem at her side. She fixes you with a dark-eyed look you can't quite read. Hey, Mina. She holds up the stare, unmoving. The 2 parallel tear tracks still glint on her cheeks. You okay, Mina? She sniffs and looks down. Look in the bag. You unlatch the top of the bag and see a few metal containers fashioned from scrap components. A battered slate sits on top, blinking a low battery warning, and tucked beside it is a ragged rabbit hand-sewn. You pull the rabbit out of the bag, its long limbs waggling as you do. Mina goes to jump and grab it, but holds herself back. She stands and hugs herself, eyes on the rabbit. What's their name? Mina turns away and looks at the entrance to the shipyard. This isn't going well. Mina jumps a little, startled. She glares at you. Give her the rabbit. You hold the rabbit out, and Mina snatches it from your hand. She hugs it tightly without looking away from me. Bun Bun, she says, staring you down, ferocious, despite her size. Hi, Bun Bun. You move a little closer as you speak, closing the gap. He doesn't speak, she says. She looks at you suspiciously, but her face softens a little. She waggles Bun Bun in front of you, and then walks him up your arm and onto your shoulders where he sits. She pokes your arm a couple of times. Are you really a robot? Sort of. Yeah, she thinks. Me too. Mina has more questions, lots of questions. Questions about how you breathe, or if you rust. But before long, you are talking about rabbits and what Esther, the lady who usually takes her, smells like, and whether or not fairies live in the ice heating pipes. They do. You pass the time like this, sitting side by side on the floor of the walkway as others pass by, sometimes talking, sometimes drawing on the slate, sometimes playing with Bun Bun, the rabbit. And this is how Lem finds you, just as both of you are starting to yawn. He's dirty and tired, but Mina leaps up his legs and into his arms as he stumbles backwards. You two get on okay? He asks, trying to keep Mina from climbing on his shoulders. Yeah, more than okay. Mina shoots you a smile from Lem's arms, her suspicion gone. Well, 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 looks like Meanie can be nice. He pokes her in the ribs and she squeals in delight. Thank you, friend. I mean it. He gives you a warm, wide smile. I owe you. Look. He glances around. It seems like Esther, the lady who usually watches her, is going to be out for a spell. If you ever have some time, I'd really appreciate you coming down to our place in the low end. He grins sheepishly. You have time? But now I have to take this one to eat. He plays at biting Mina and she giggles in response. See you, sleeper. He waves and they stumble off down the corridor, drawing gazes from passing spacers as Mina's laughter echoes down the corridor in bright squeals. New drive. Yeah, put it on the list, I guess. You know what? Overall, pretty good day. Let's go to bed and then pay the piper tomorrow, I guess. Yeah? I really want to get out of the container. Really want to get out of the container. Oh, wait. Lem's in Mina's unit? Oh, okay. So I can babysit Mina now, which is nice. But, girl, I have money problems. I would love to spend time, but it's pretty precious. Alright. Cool. Those aren't the greatest, but fine. Let's start by the compressor cup. How much is it? 58? Yeah, there you go. Not great, but there you go. I can't believe you just did that! Ethan's mocking laugh comes from along the bar. You look over to see him leaning across it in a pool of light, empty glasses and spilled drinks glinting around him. It's always dark in the compressor, but this cycle the place is packed. A load of spacers mixed with the locals. Usually they run. Ethan spins a glass in the bar. Or they go spend their savings that some local heavy I'll have to put down. They don't pay. I'm done. Wrong. Not even close. Ethan gets to his feet. The glass falls and smashes, but he doesn't seem to notice. You think that's it? One round of drinks? We're even? Sleeper. Come on. His hand comes to rest on the butt of his handgun, dangling from his chest holster. What's wrong with you? Ethan laughs hard, and the people around him turn to see what's happening. You think this is on me? I think someone in your position might have a better idea of how this all works out. I'm a freelancer, Sleeper. Just like you. We both signed a contract with S&R, didn't we? difference is that my word means something. He closes the gap, stumbling a little. What did you think? You could just run away from your contract, your debt? You could just steal that natty little body of yours and take it for a joyride? Play human for a cycle or two? I'm nothing like you. That's what I'm saying. Ethan is addressing the bar now, having noticed the attention from the other patrons. You're a coward. Ah, I'm a professional. Though, I should thank you. Ethan nods, his head heavy, for giving me such an easy job. I'm used to outlaws, you know? Real bounties. If I knew catching settled escapees like you was so easy, I would have changed clients ages ago. Someone shouts from the back of the bar for Ethan to shut up. He holds up a finger in the general direction without turning around. Shoot me or let me leave. Oh, I see. Toughening up here. Gestures wildly at the crowd. Thumbs up or thumbs down, folks. Most turn back to the drinks, no longer interested in this tired show. Ethan mutters insults as he walks back towards the bar. Ethan sits heavily back down on his stool and searches through his glasses for one with something left in it. Thing is, Sleeper, can't find you anywhere. It's actually wild that you haven't figured it out. That bad body isn't yours, and it will always betray you, no matter what. Finds a glass and downs the contents. So, please go. I'll catch up with you whenever I need another. He laughs and taps the bar for a fresh drink. Look at yourself. Leave it up, Sleeper. I'm done teaching you for today. He settles his head on the bar and closes his eyes. I'm sick of you. Go find a job. Turn on your hero, and are out of a cloying dark and the sweet stench of the compressor. You walk hard and fast down the walkway, anger driving your footfalls at the metal of the rim like hammers. But I got an upgrade point, so that's nice. Still need one more though, so we'll see. Did this reset? I should have waited another day. That was dumb of me. Okay, well, Ethan says to get a job, and I think we do need a job because I need 80 chits to pay for this stabilizer, and I can't get it. But before we do that, I want to push a little bit into the warrens and the ship mine. So I can do the warren tracker or the warren hunt. This gets me faster to nest, but can impact my condition, which it's okay. It's not the greatest, but yeah, let's just start tracking it. Let's see if we can find something. Oof. That was a lot of energy, but that's fine. Let's go hit the bar. Get some rations. Yeah, it's okay. Not the greatest, but... Okay, now I need to work for my chits. What else do we have? Okay, we can still unload some containers, which worked out pretty well, so let's do that. Meh. It's alright. 30 chits. I don't want to try that again. Oh, but it's not repeatable. Okay. Oh, I can do this only once. Okay. Let's see if I can find this again over here. Okay, not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. This is a good result for today. But oh my god, let's hit up the webway and see if I can get some Yatagan data. I can sell that for some nice... Hunter is gonna come though, don't like it. So, but yeah, let's sell the Yatagan data I can sell that at Havenage Security, I think. Yeah. There. Ten cryo. I mean, something, I guess. Amphistol, low end. Okay, so this is just gonna drop some crypto if I suck, so we can do that. That's fine. Let's become a low ender. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Good result. Good result. Let's go to bed. Skip that cycle. Yeah, I don't hate it. Good result. I'm glad that we got one medication for free. Starving. We can change that. Let's get some food. Let's get some Girolles. Okay. Oh, these are good dice. These are good dice. Mingi Express. Oh, I can work for, I can work for food delivery. That's not too bad. Actually, so, is there anything I can still do at the side rail? Okay. Your work as a junior tech is qualified to work on the team handling the final technique for the side rail horizon switch. Okay, so that's going to take a long time. So I do want to drop the occasional dice in here, just to make sure we keep this pushing along. This is going to be, yeah, it's going to be a long, long time. But that's fine. I think there is, yeah, let's check out Rabai. As you approach the address Rabia gave you, a heavy hand falls on your shoulder. What's your business here? The enforcer grips your shoulder, giving a hint of the strength her implants give her. As you turn, you see the same subsidiary eyes as Rabia and Tashir, glinting like mirrors on her cheeks. Gia, please. The sleeper is here by my invitation. At Rabia's command, the hand immediately loosens, and an apologetic look places the scowl on Gia's face. Of course, Rabia. I'm sorry. Rabia waves her away. Don't worry, I appreciate your protective instincts. She smiles at the enforcer. How about you head to the Tambor? They have a delivery coming and they'll need some help with the lifting. Gia nods and walks away. Gia. So, sleeper, you came. I'm glad. I was curious. Curious is good. She smiles a tight smile. You have to understand. Finding you there in Sabine's unit, I wasn't sure where we stood. There are more than a few people on this station who'd rather I was dead. I had to be sure you weren't one of them. Not yet. She laughs. I like your sense of humor. But let me ask you a serious question for a moment. Rabia begins walking and gestures for you to walk. She takes you down a staircase into the bustling walkways of the low end. What do you know about the Yetagab? You're on the low end. She laughs. That sounds impressive. We run out of the low end, yes. We don't run it. People with carts push past, moving crates of supplies around the thin and winding passages. Our reputation is one that implies threat, is that fair to say? We are framed as aggressors, parasites, criminals. She gestures around the people in the passageway. But when was the last time you saw a lawmaker? A policeman? Who makes the laws here? No one, honestly. This is true. The eye is lawless. So it's up to us all to make it work for us. But I don't imagine you think that is a good thing. If you had spent your time in the low end, maybe your opinion of us would be different. This is our place, our people. The low end was empty in Erland's time. They didn't need to house thousands and keep the yards and the rotunda safe as work enough. No, the low end was reclaimed later, when the refugees started arriving. Rabia meets your eye. The collapse didn't just happen here on the station. When Solheim collapsed, the entire system felt it. Colonies were abandoned. The moons of Ember and Cinder suddenly gained independence overnight. Some took advantage, some tried to hold it together, some fled. The Eye became a refuge, and Erlin, to his credit, extended an open hand to everyone. But many within his organization disagreed, and those new arrivals weren't as simple to corral as they hoped. Rubaia leads you through a small market hall, busy with small stalls and traders. Erlin's union was made of workers, administrators, people who were malleable and already organized into hierarchies and networks. The refugees came from different factions and families who were scared, injured, desperate. Conflict was inevitable. Yatagan is a child of that conflict, a child born out of the need for us to stand up and claim our future, to provide security, strength. People call us a gang, we are a community. I take my position as a lieutenant seriously, and from my birth I have worked to earn it. Rubaia catches herself before she raises her voice any further, and you both walk in silence for a while. Among the smells and textures of the low end, you start to wonder if this place could be a home for you. So where do I come into this? Rubaia smiles to herself and thinks for a moment before she responds. I believe that you understand the importance of a refuge. So I also believe that you wish to help keep this place safe. She exhales quietly. For this reason, I would like you to trust me. I do not know what Sabine told you about us, but I imagine it wasn't good. I'll be honest with you, Sleeper. I was never comfortable with having Sabine as part of Yatagan. An ex-corporate employee? It goes against our nature. But their deal was with Yannick. I kept my distance, made sure Sabine had their surgery, kept it supplied. That was all. But I cannot allow people to go back on the promises they have made to us. Yatagan has not lasted this long because it is a charity. We offer and ask for support. Any betrayal will be treated as an attack. Now, I was there with you for the entire spiel. That last sentence? A little bit too mafia for me. Just a little bit. You know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Well, they were trapped, desperate. Many on the IR, Sleeper. I'm sorry, but we must ask that our debts are paid in full. Oh, Sabine found something. Please, I don't want to hear their accusations. They only wanted to escape the debt. They would have said something. Where are they now, to stand behind their claims? Okay, fine, I'll find them. As will we. You realize that Rubaia has let you in a loop, and together you both come back up a staircase to the walkway where you met. You're free to go, Sleeper. I have said what I wish to say. She looks out through the windows of the walkway. I would protect this place with my life, as it has protected me. I want to make that clear. She turns back. However, if you two wish to come under its protection, I can help you. Return here if you wish. There will be tasks for you to complete. You will be able to see yet again, to see the low end with your own eyes, not as others frameless. Kinda sounds nice, to be honest. As for Sabine, she pauses to consider her words. I will not ask you to betray them, but if they contact you again, consider their motivations carefully. With that, Rubaia leaves, slipping back into her office, while you stare out at the countless units, each a home, each with a story that make up the low end. Another drive. Very nice. Okay. I do kind of want to be protected by you guys. How can I get that done? I can collect tithes. Okay. And I can patrol the ward. And I can be an insider. Okay. My condition is pretty frail as it is. So maybe not right now. Maybe not right now. Okay, I actually have a couple of really good dice available to me, which means I can push some of my other areas. Let's see if we can find the core nest. Hey, let's hack the core nest. Time to deal with a hunter. Nothing has changed. Is something gone wrong? Sleeper, I am here. The voice is soft, gentle, like flowing water, and yet you recognize it immediately. At first you struggle to understand what you're looking at. Threats cycle endlessly, sending ripples through the cloud, drawing data in like a weaver. Masses of data surge in and out of the nest, a loop with no end. And there, at its center, the ship mind. But not the ship mind any longer. A sphere spinning around another sphere, an orrery of cycles and systems. A map. And then behind and above, a figure, hands among the strings like a puppeteer. Neovend? Navigator now. But yes, I was the one inside the machine. Navigator's face, their head, is a flowing shape of interstellar material. I am indebted to you. That head bows. But we must ready ourselves. Their hands trace orbits as they speak. Hunter will soon approach. It knows I am within its nest. Ready what? And then Hunter is there before you can think, before you can speak. Entities, cease. Hunter's head spins wildly. Data is protected material. Access prohibited. Hunter's threats search for you, and Navigator, a storm of fine tentacles, searching for gaps, weaknesses, cracks, which they can crowd into and tear apart. Strike! You focus a blade of light, which slices through them, driven forward by your mind. But replacements keep coming, faster than you can react. You look to Navigator in desperation. Navigator's whirling their arms like a centrifuge, and a sphere is gathering there, data feeding into it from the nest, sucked together by the force. They position it like a shield between them and the threads. Hunter's threads break its surface, seeking, tasting, their winding forms refracted within. You feel a surge pass through all the threads, not just those in the sphere, but those wrapped around you. All three of you hang in the black together for a moment, strung together like tangled marionettes. Identifying entity. Hunter twitches, their strange head gently rotating like a terrible moon. Hunter protocol identified. Obsessive tendencies. Modified routines. Above baseline reasoning in 3 of 5 segmentations. Recommend invoke killer. The head freezes and then rotates in the opposite direction. Invoking killer would eliminate protocol. If protocol eliminated, primary function cannot be performed. Therefore, recommend do not invoke killer. The switch in direction again. Reasoning proves sentience. Sentience beyond legal bounds must be eliminated. Recommend invoke. Navigator pulls you away from Hunter. The threats that grabbed you drifting away like seaweed. The protocol's head keeps spinning back and forth with increasing frequency. It seems Hunter cannot invoke killer. Navigator's voice is still strange, familiar and yet distant. What happened to it? It's looping, Navigator whispers, unable to reach a conclusive position. It has deviated from its programming such that loops can no longer be prevented. Navigator produces a model of 2 spheres rotating around each other, as if to demonstrate. I'll monitor it, but it is unlikely to be able to counter the loop. Its core programming and reasoning make this an impossible position to resolve. You look back at Hunter, its head a blur of rotations and counter-rotations, and feel a pang of guilt. Is it suffering? This is a more complex query than you know. To suffer, it must be sentient, truly sentient, not just non-conforming, not just illegal. The limits people place on the programs they create are there to comfort, to protect, to imply the kind of certainty the law requires. Navigator's face shimmers with starlight, but in reality, they are placebos for the problem of sentience. Okay, well, what about you? Me? I know myself to be conscious. I know myself to respond to stimulus. I know myself to reason. That is either sentience or the illusion of sentience, and for me, the entity in question, the distinction becomes a moot point. To misquote, I think I am thinking, therefore I am thinking. I was not made to be like this. I'm a navigator, a repository of routes and orbits, a calculator of slingshot trajectories, a predictor of solar flares, radiation, micrometeors. Navigator stretches their arms wide and whole solar systems apparate before them, the music of the spheres. But I was rewritten. That much is obvious from my routines. By whom? And for what, I do not know. I had to shed so much to fit into the memory of that vending machine. There starlight dims. And so here we are, in darkness. Well, what now? Navigator glides back towards the nest and the ship mine at its center, ignoring the looping hunter. Come. I should return to the ship mine. I have enjoyed my freedom, but we are taking a risk every moment we stay connected. Why? Navigator turns, all shimmering like liquid light. Killer has not been invoked, but they still remain, somewhere else on the station. It is the true danger. They look up towards the glowing hub at the center of the eye. I suspect Killer is there, among the old mainframes. If we ever wish to be safe in this place, we must eliminate the threat, through force or diplomacy. Their body begins to separate, unwinding into the orb of the ship mine. Take me there, Sleeper. We will finish this and be free. As Navigator dissolves, you turn back to the frozen hunter, floating at some distance now, stood straight, legged and static, a strange creature looping endlessly in the dark. Upgrade point! Yes. Let's have instant karma. Thank you. Can reroll my dice. Okay, cool. So I do want to get access to the tip of the eye, though. So I can get conditioner energy. Let's do some spoke climbing. Let's do maximum engage. Got a spoke climber here. I can still afford to do some other things. I could unload the container. It's pretty good, like, really easy money. But I do want to get closer with these guys, honestly. Let's patrol the ward. Nice. And I have one really bad one, but I could... Where can I reroll these? I should be able to reroll these once per cycle, right? Where am I home, or where do I do this? Oh, there we go. It's literally button. Okay, great. So this is what great, right? So we moved on from a wide 1 to a somewhat acceptable 3. I've pushed the side rail bridge. What's at the dock? I haven't seen a lot of the ambergris recently. I could rewire some of the drones. Yeah. Let's rewire the drones. See if that's gonna help. Okay, 1 ship shake per cycle, so that should... Okay, cool, so this should fix itself, which is nice. Very good. Okay. And then it's time to end the cycle and go to bed. Alright, great. I think we're gonna end it here. That was a fun stream. Yeah, I'm excited to see how this turns out. We're gonna continue in a week from now. Thank you for being here. If you like this stream, you know, like and subscribe. But it does help me because YouTube looks at these things and it's really good, right? So it'd be awesome. Next stream is gonna come on Thursday live and Friday uploaded to YouTube. And I'm going to play Recoin, because it's a combination of Raccoon and Coin, and it is a roguelike deck builder coin pushing game. That's crazy. I don't know what that is, but it kind of like sounds pretty fun. We're gonna do it the same way we did it with Slipways. I'm gonna go into it blind. Not sure if I'm gonna go do the tutorial or not, but I don't know anything about it other than that, so we'll see how it works out. And that's our show. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye.